Okay, this is like a part 2 of my March Madness or Mega March PlayStation Store sale. The sale ran from mid-March all the way through to the 1st of April, so as of recording this today, there's about 2 days left or 3 days left of the sale. Keep that in mind. Hopefully I upload this on time. This video here is dedicated to $10 deals. These are all games under 10 bucks. I did talk about some of them in the previous video as well, but we're gonna cover off the rest of them right now. Alright, so the Mega March sale has a bunch of $10 games in it. I'm just going to ramble through everything on my list here. I've got about 16 games, I think, to go through here. Let's start with Friday the 13th, the game. I did talk about this in the main video, but $4.94, less than $5 for this one. Pretty decent price, I would say. Asymmetrical horror game. Not as good as Dead by Daylight, but if you're looking for a cheap, quick fix of a multiplayer game that's going to take you ages, this is a really good option for that. Not only that, but this is also a really hard platinum. It's one of the hardest platinum trophies you can earn. Time-consuming, difficult, and it's a good one to have on your list. If you're a trophy hunter looking for prestigious platinums, this could be a good one to add to that collection. Need for Speed Payback. Now this was free on Plus towards the very back half of last year, so it's probably not on everyone's radar. It's $7.99. Not a bad Need for Speed game. This one plays out like a Fast and Furious movie. It's basically a heist, or a series of heists rather than racing per se. Pretty fun gameplay though. I mean, Need for Speed is always generally pretty fun. It's just some of the jank that comes around with it, with the story and the multiplayer and stuff that doesn't work quite well. I actually really liked this one though, so I don't know, maybe I'm in a minority there. It's also included on EA Access, as with pretty much all of these EA games. So keep that in mind, maybe it's worth buying EA Access and getting all of them for only a couple of bucks rather than buying them individually. Battlefield 4 is in the same situation, $8 and included in EA Access. Personally, I think this is one of the weaker Battlefield games, but it is a cheap multiplayer first-person shooter game. Personally, I don't think this is worth it. I think $8. I mean, $8 is the right price for this game, but I don't think this game is very good. So I'm not personally saying you should go out and buy it, but if you're looking for a first-person shooter for $8, you know, that's an option for you. Little Nightmares is down to $5 again, 75% off. Little Nightmares 2 recently launched, I think a month or so ago now. We have seen this game discount down to this price a number of times, so I guess they're trying to push this one out given the new one has recently launched. It's a horror title, 2D side-scroller, psychological horror game, I suppose. Puzzle game essentially. So if you're into horror, could be worth it. Lego Marvel's Avengers. I don't know if there are any other Lego games discounted this cheap. This one's down to $6, 70% off. It's the only one I found. Rather than doubling up on Lego, I just thought I'd include the first one I found. So the rest of them could be potentially a low price as well. Generally, we do see them drop to that sort of $7 to $10 price point, so not that unusual. Lego games are really fun hack and slash co-op games, so maybe you're wanting a game to play with a sibling, a friend, a girlfriend. They're fantastic for that. Also easy platinum trophies. Titanfall 2. This is the far superior first-person shooter game on this list, down to $6, 80% off. Another EA published game, but a very, very good game. Titanfall 2 is one of the best first-person shooters on the platform, I think. It's fantastic. You play the buttery smooth gameplay of a Call of Duty game, but then also this mech combat as well. It's got a superb single player and a really good multiplayer as well, and no one talks about this game, and pretty much no one plays this game, but it's great. It's a great game. Predecessor to Apex Legends for all of you younger gamers who may not be aware. I should have bundled these two, but the Need for Speed game is $5 as well. This is the Need for Speed reboot that came out on the PS4, I believe, in about 2015 or 2016. This one here has the live action first-person perspective cutscenes in it, which are very awkward and cringy. It's like you're in a gang or a racing gang of some sort working in a garage and you do street races and stuff. It's very awkward and uncomfortable. The racing in it is pretty decent. I think it's not as good as Payback or the one that came after Payback, but it's passable for a racing game for $5, again included in EA Access. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. This is my favorite Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare game. These games here I praise very frequently as well, just because they do something so unique. They take the Plants vs. Zombies sort of tactical gameplay and change that into a third-person shooter, and that's what it is. You play one team as the plants, one as the zombies, and you're basically playing a basic version of Overwatch or a simplified version of Overwatch. So yeah, obviously designed for younger people or kids, but I enjoyed it heaps as an older gamer as well. I got a lot of fun out of this game. Really, really dug it. I have sung the praises of this game multiple times. The newer one is not as good as this one, and the first one is probably a little bit weaker in terms of content. The second one is the best in my opinion. $5, very good price. Next up we have Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. This is the fighting game from the same developers who make the Mortal Kombat franchise of games, but this is set in the DC universe. These games have awesome narratives and storylines to them. Injustice 1 and 2 have superb superhero storylines to them. I always say that. Combat-wise and gameplay-wise, I'm not a fighting game fan, but I still managed to make my way through these games and have a really good time with them. Even though I'm not super competitive or super good at them, I still managed to progress through these and have a really good time with them. Just fun on the easiest difficulty. Trophy-wise, obviously pretty challenging, but if you're looking for something kind of casual and chill to play and enjoying the story, it's worth checking out for that alone. The Doom games, all of the original Doom games, like Doom 1, 2, I believe it's Doom 3, are down to $2.49, 50% off, used to be $5. These are not remasters, they're just ports of the original Doom game, so it's that old school first person gameplay, but in the 2D perspective. They are they're history, and if you're a younger gamer who hasn't played them, it's worth checking out. It's probably pretty jarring though to jump back and play Doom and Duke Nukem and those old school style games. But if you're looking for a piece of gaming history for $2.50, they're all on sale at the moment, so all three of them. Unravel's a 2D puzzle game. You play as this guy called Yarny. He's basically a ball of yarn, and you have to use the yarn and the environment around you to traverse it. They made a sequel to this, Unravel 2. Both of them are relatively easy platinum trophies. I normally talk about these in my sale videos, so if you've watched any of my sale videos, you're very familiar with this game by now. It's not bad. It's pretty family friendly as well, and the environments look amazing. It's quite cool how they've built this game with this sort of fictional yarn character, but in this hyper-realistic environment. Also included in EA Access, worth keeping in mind. Agents of Mayhem, Total Mayhem. This is a weird one, and I didn't personally really enjoy this when I played it. It's made by the same developers who made Saints Row. They spun off and made this game set in the Saints Row universe, but not with the Saints. It's completely separate to it. It doesn't really work, in my opinion. It's weird. They removed all the fun elements of Saints Row, the quirkiness, the co-op, the customization, and kind of took everything else from Saints Row and made this squad game. That's not a squad game, it's a single player game. It's just very awkward. It doesn't have the same life that those games have in it. Yeah, it's a strange one. I'm not really sure what they were thinking here. I don't personally think it's a great game, but for $6, I mean, it's $6, I can be swayed in saying, yeah, pick it up if you need something to play for $6. I've just gone and had a look, and the other Lego game that is on sale is Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. So same as the Lego Marvel situation. If you're looking for a Lego game, this one is $7 as well. Yokus Island Express. This is a weird one to include because it looks really childish and indie. This is a $5 game, 75% off. The weird thing about this is it's a mixture of a puzzle game and a Metroidvania game. Now, I played this on the Nintendo Switch and I was really shocked what this actually was. It's essentially got these puzzle elements from like a pinball arcade style game, but then you get abilities and things and you unlock parts of the environment and the levels and you have to explore, very similar to a Metroidvania style game. It does some weird stuff that I wouldn't have expected from a game like this, and I played a ton of this on the Nintendo Switch when it launched and I really enjoyed it. For $5, I highly recommend this one. And the last one is Aer Memories of Old. We talked about this in the other video as well. Play as a girl who can basically transform into a bird. It is a pretty easy trophy hunting game. I think that's why a lot of people have played this one, is because of the trophies on it. That's why I played it. But really sort of neat indie experience if you're looking for something really casual indie with easy trophy list to boot as well. $2.39 for this one. But there you go. That is all the $10 games in this sale. In the next couple of days, I'm expecting the spring or Easter sale from Sony to launch on the PlayStation Store, and I'll do a bunch of separate content about that as well. I'll make sure that goes up the day that goes live rather than towards the end of the sale like this video was. Let me know if you're picking up any of these games in the comments down below. Curious to get your thoughts on any of them. Maybe I missed some really good deals. Let everybody else know in the comments down below. I'm sure that people would really appreciate that. If you haven't already subscribed for whatever reason, hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give a like on this video, and I'll see you gamers on the next video. Bye for now.